players. And now that's happening in EU, which isn't something that I was expecting nearly as much.
I mean, hey, I'm always glad to see people with, brand new breakout performances. It's that, the young blood really just getting better and coming into their own.
We already got that Taro Samira match. The Becky Lynch coming out from Daz, going up against Kresuu on the Sidra, and I cannot believe my eyes. It's a small Enigma pick for game number 1. This is truly the Wild West of Europe because a lot of these, not to mention the teams are completely different. The Becky Lynch, the epic crossover for Nash is very exciting to see as well. And then we've got the Mecha Taros going up against regular Taros here with the Sidra. I'm excited to see all of this. We're going into game number 1.
I mean, I always just kind of like that because it is like, the old monster movies. Oh, what? How early is that? That's under 30 seconds.
Anchor just deleted Rakushain from the map. Amazing play coming out from Kresuu. Oh, Emodegen gets hit by that. Oh, the axe recovery ends up hitting and spiking her down to the right side of the stage. Now it's 5 stocks to 5. Slight lead for the blue team. It's weird because I think it's going to be decided between Emodegen and Rakushain when it comes to how much damage that they've taken on these stocks that they lost so incredibly early. Finally, Kresuu goes down.
I wonder if we're going to get into a little bit of the imbalanced situation. Now that Daz is out of there, Rakushain in the 2v1. Ooh, unfortunate. Gets knocked off stage. Still alive, though. Look at that. You've got Emodegen and Rakushain, both the most damaged on their team. So we've got very uneven stocks falling here.
No, and then both Taros on the left side of the stage just falling from that epic combo. Well, it feels like if you're Taros here, you're just trying to survive the longest as possible. Emodegen goes down. She's now on 1 stock. I feel like Rakushain might follow shortly afterwards if he's not careful. Right.
Oh, 2 to follow.
Double T-Rex there on the left side of the stage. That was pretty hilarious, actually. And now, you know what? It's just a completely even 1-stock game. Nothing before this even mattered. Kresuu's saying a little bit differently as he starts that cannon string, but yeah, really close.
Kresuu healthiest on the field and dealing a ton of damage, left alone to work that cannon magic.
Oh, a nice alley-oop coming up from Daz with the neutral stick. Goes in for that side. They're going to be side sig coming out from Emodegen, but the startup from Gravity Castle just took too long, and they got punished in the middle of that signature. Daz now fighting in this 1v2. Nicely done. Hits him up once, finishes off with the Nair, and the blue team wins game number 1 in this best of 5.
All right, so pretty stable start. We know the KOs went the way of Daz, scoring 5 of them for his team. And you know what? I don't blame, just because Becky Lynch, ton of great signatures, leaping around. It's strength focused, it's speed focused. You can get those quick rotations and the knockout blows.
Yeah, and I feel like having 5 knockouts is definitely showing that the strategy of picking Becky Lynch is working. Specifically to the points that you just pointed out, right? Like you're able to get to where you need to be to follow up with those alley-oops, and your signatures are hard-hitting, and just in general, you're going to be taking those knockouts super early. So now we're going into Mammoth Fortress. We're off the weirdness that is the small Enigma. So those early stock knockouts that we saw, likely not going to be happening as much, but we'll see. Anything can happen with the way that these teams are playing off stage.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a ton of powerhouse legends. There's a lot of strength stat on the field here. So any little interaction is going to bring people closer to knockouts than just about any other comp.
Nair hit from Kresuu just barely onto Rakushain, managing to get the chase dodge back, and they made it back from what I thought was certainly going to be them falling down. Now that side stick just spearing through onto both enemies of the red team. Great recovery coming out from Daz. The recovery does take down Rakushain. Emodegen tosses that axe away. Daz gets the stock, then cleaned up by Emodegen. She takes him off the top with that down air. Now a slight lead for the red team. Surprising to see a Taros actually being the stock tank for once. Oh, the team combo starts. The neutral stick does get through onto Daz. They have the Gravity Castle down unarmed, didn't connect, but that was still a ton of damage coming out for the red team. A really great way to secure a lead going into the second stock section of this game too.
Yeah, Emodegen finally losing her first stock, but not before doing a ton of that damage. You know, even just those big... Rakushain down.
Ooh.
Kresuu really pressing this advantage that Emodegen got for their team.
Yeah. Oh, Stomp comes through. Wasn't quite able to hit with the down sig. Daz going all the way down with that ground pound. Oh, that... You hate to see it. They T-wreck themselves there because no knockout credit went to anybody else. Just feeding the dinosaur, I guess. Daz going down to one stock. Emodegen and Kresuu looking really great. In game number 2, Mammoth Fortress making all the difference. Oh goodness. Okay. Oh, they're not making. Oh wait, no, doesn't. That is.
Oh, survive a little bit longer. Emodegen not able to get up to either of the walls. She falls down to her final stock, but it's still 3 to Daz's 1, and Daz too far to make it back. That's a 3-stock victory for Emodegen and Kresuu.
Kresuu's been doing great with the down signature on Sora, using the anchor to spike people, whether it's on the left side of the stage or beneath the stage. It was actually incredible how much underneath the stage action we were witnessing throughout that entire game, and now the set's been tied up 1-1.
It almost felt like the map pick in last game didn't even matter because they didn't use any of the stage area. Everybody just agreed, do you want to play bottom corner? We'll play bottom corner.
I mean, it's exciting. I'll take it. It also means that you're essentially gambling a lot of these interactions. I mean, a lot of fighting games already kind of has like a rock, paper, scissors element. Of course, it's much deeper than that. But when you go off stage, it feels like all you have to do is win one of those neutral interactions pretty handedly.
Oh, yeah.
And that means that dodge isn't coming back anytime soon. You're not spot dodging on the ground. It's gone for 3 seconds. You're going to take a whole lot of damage, especially if you're up against a hammer, which 3 out of 4 of the legends onto the stage currently possess. Of course, if it weren't any weirder, now we're on the Great Hall for game number 3. We're just going to be taking a tour of all of Brawlhalla as we're going into this game, this best of 5, and I'm not complaining. It's super exciting to see players pick these maps. Okay, that team combo coming on. Kresuu, very impressive. And Emodegen's gone.
Wow. That was a beautiful snipe by Daz, and getting the back end of the breakdance to boot.
Okay, but somehow Rakushain goes down. Kresuu managing to recover despite getting hit by that breakdance. The alley-oop from Daz coming in with that sider. Finally, Kresuu goes down. It's just non-stop team combo action. Everybody down to 1 stock except Daz, and Daz barely damaged. Blue team definitely coming back with a vengeance.
Emodegen trying to recover. Kresuu giving an open path back onto stage.
Ooh. Neutral 6, down 6 galore. Or side 6, rather. Kresuu goes...
Ooh, I think Emodegen, she's catching on to the fact of how much Daz likes to toss those signatures out. Was able to backstep a couple of them for a perfect punish, but that hammer toss, too much to contest.
Yeah, and Emodegen goes down to 1 stock. She now has to fight just to hold on to this game. Kresuu taking a ton of damage as well. Daz still holding on to 3. I mean, D-Light recovery coming in. I was surprised that it actually knocked out, considering that we're on the Great Hall. But I was going to say Daz just now going down to 2 stocks, despite all the signatures that they've been using. They have not been getting punished too hard. Rakushain now down to 1, and so the red team's bringing this back. That was an amazing dash jump pivot down air.
Yeah, they tied up those stocks a lot quicker than I had expected from the spread we were working with.
Ooh, interrupted.
Yo, team combos, he's got them both!
For the interesting finisher, ground pound hits. Rakushain doesn't get him with a double ground pound. They make it back, and Daz covering the recovery side airs left and right. One hits Kresuu, gets the recovery. No! Emodegen avoids it. Then she gets the down air, stops side airs. Rakushain off to the right, and the weapon throw confirms the knockout. Now, Daz and Rakushain only have 2 stocks left, but it's only on Daz, and Kresuu and Emodegen are playing an amazing game of just making sure that they're just waiting as long as possible. Well, I said that, then Kresuu went off stage with the cannon, and is now losing to the hammer. What recovery can come through? Oh, they spot dodge the ground pound. That is crazy.
Gosh.
The weapon throw in, it just clashes with the nair. Kresuu just has absolutely no patience. They're just fighting Daz off stage, and Daz has no idea what to do. Punches him with the sider. Can they make it back? I'm not sure. Okay, they do.
There's definitely enough wall on Great Hall to go for some crazy plays, and Daz right now definitely feeling like he has to.
Okay, Daz somehow still alive. Weaves in the recoveries, and okay, Kresuu, I feel like you're just giving Daz too many opportunities trying to go off stage like this. The downlight's still not enough. And there's 2 stocks. I mean, Daz just has to take Kresuu down once, get through, snipe Emodegen with a side sig, and this could be the blue team's game. Okay, finally, Neutral Light connects. And now we're in a weird game state. Let's see if Daz is able to pull it off.
Daz certainly has a few opportunities here. I'm not sure. I want to see what kind of... Oh, no! The friendly fire bringing Kresuu down to their final stock.
I mean, that's smart. Emodegen's playing it right. Never mind! They were just trying to stay alive as long as possible. The last possible second, Daz gets him the stop slider and just completely starts demolishing Kresuu. Daz is going to make this 1v2 comeback. It's already a damage lead in their favor. Okay, can picked up. It just takes one really good dodge read to completely destroy a single stock. Daz on the spear. Side light, down light, side arrows for the side signature. Kresuu panic. Sares in response with the side arrow hits it. Daz going all the way through. Looking for the pogo. Toss comes down. Is unarmed. It doesn't care. Fighting back. Avoids the neutral air. Slides into the hammer. Side air picked up. Does he get the recovery? Kresuu gets him with a weapon toss. Is that it? It's it. Daz did it.
Oh my gosh.
1v2 comeback into the game point. Daz, amazing play. Completely demolishing both Kresuu and Emodegen.
Yeah, Daz put in an insane amount of work in those final minutes of that game there. I mean, it was 3 stocks to 1, and Daz just somehow made it work. Just ducking, weaving everywhere he needed to, finding the hits, and as soon as he earned that 1v1, I mean, you could just feel the avalanche coming.
I mean, I respected the option at first that Emodegen was going for when she was just using every jump and recovery just to stay above the stage, trying to avoid getting hit by that bread and butter combo. But then she decided to land right where Daz was standing on the top platform, went straight into a dash down light side air, lost that stock, and then, I mean, at that point, Daz was just like, I'm winning this. You could see it with the way that they were playing. It was relentless pressure. Really great play coming up for the blue team, and now it is match point.
So match point, are we continuing our tour of Brawlhalla over to Mammoth Fortress?
At this point, I'm feeling like we're going on like small vacations, right? It's like, okay, here's a small enigma. Oh, enough of that. Back to Mammoth Fortress. Okay, maybe we could take another trip. The Great Hall, nothing quite like home when it comes to fighting on the Mammoth Fortress. And here we have Emodegen onto Scarlet. This is the first time that we've seen her switch off of the Taros.
We got Rakushain and Daz. They are on set point. They just need to win the one more game. And they've got a decent lead built, especially if they can target out Emodegen here.
No.
Emodegen in danger, down off the bottom. No, the head bonk.
Oh, and the pogo coming up from Daz, went for the weapon throw, and the ground pound just charges it all the way. That's the risk you take when trying to recover underneath the stage. You only got one way back, and that's straight into the face of a ground pound from the axe. And now blue team solidly in the lead here. There might not be a need for a 1v2 comeback at this point because they just keep putting on the damage. Finally, Rusa comes through. Rakushain goes down. Daz fighting back with that hammer. It's been provenly very, very difficult to take down Daz. Ooh, down sig smashes the ground.
So, you know, the previous game on Mammoth where everyone kind of just agreed, hey, let's play down at the bottom, it seems like this match started off on the similar thread, but Kresuu and Emodegen just did not benefit from it at all, and now Kresuu down, final stock. Potentially last stock of the tournament. Emodegen, beautiful snipe by Daz.
Team combo right afterwards as well. Delay into the neutral signature coming out for Rakushain. It's a ton of damage out of that last stock. This is just destruction. Daz went for the ground pound at the very last second. Kresuu just was able to cover his head with that nair. Daz finally going down to 2 stocks. And I almost thought that Kresuu was going to get ready for the team combo onto their teammate with what they were setting up for there. This is brutal.
Yeah, I mean, 4 stocks to 2, and they're ready to knock out both Emodegen and Kresuu. This is all blue team's game right now. Emodegen gone. Kresuu left alone. Oh, but Kresuu scoring some knockouts. Trying to finagle an edge guard here onto Daz before Rakushain gets back in the fray.
Yeah, this is looking pretty brutal. It's not. Oh, Daz, how could you do it
Oh.
to him? Blows a kiss before the final stock goes down, and that's going to be a 3-1 in favor of Daz and Rakushain as Kresuu and Emodegen are knocked out at 7. Still an impressive showing. They took a game, but as the game went further on, I think that was a much better example of what you were talking about earlier when it comes to downloading their opponents. Daz just demolished them.
Yeah. Yeah, Daz was really just kind of running the show. Rakushain, perfect support where needed. I think he was kind of maybe following the calls that Daz was making. It just worked out time and time again. It's like, hey, you just hold on to these stages here. I'm going to go pressure them off stage when they come up. Just send them on back to me.
And that means that Rakushain and Daz are going to be going up against Pavelski and Ninja 729 later on in this lower bracket. However, the next matchup that we've got coming up for you all at home is Blue and Hermanson versus Swada and Viper. Very exciting matchup. I am already favoring, in my mind, Blue and Hermanson just because of the fact that they took games off, or a game off of Agno and Blaze.